Welcome back to Briggs on Books, an international talk show. We talk to authors from all over the world, not just authors, but publishers, editors, readers, people who read your books to check for mistakes, all the people in the industry. Many of our viewers are so close to getting their book published, and we want to help them get to the next step, and then we want to help promote their book. Our next guest is she has a very intriguing book. Our guest is author Suzannah Grose. Welcome, Suzanne.
Thank you.
Turned into Gold is the book. And by the way, where are you located right now?
Kaiser, West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia. That's the opposite end of the country. And does it snow there, by the way?
It does. We had a little bit of snow just a few weeks ago. But right now,
out
really cold.
Out here in California, we've not even ever seen snow. So I always get excited when somebody lives amongst it. Turn to Gold. I read a little bit about this. I read a little bit of the book. By the way, on Amazon, they let you read a little bit of it, which is fascinating. Yep. And would you call him a mad scientist? I know he's handsome. Tell us about the protagonist.
He is a morally great character. He's a scientist. His first love is science, but then his second love that he falls in love with, her name is Elizabeth, and but he has religious delusions. He has he has paranoias, and but he's a very interesting character.
Can we say, I don't want to give away too much because this is really, the book really draws you in. Is there, he falls in love with a woman?
Yes, he does.
And can we say what happens to her or does that give away too much?
Well, she gets raped and murdered, but somehow she comes back into the story. Not going to say how, but if you like Frankenstein, you'll definitely know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
How she gets back into the story, but that's the woman that he absolutely loves and will do anything for, and because this book is about revenge, so he does. Don't want to get too much away, but he does go after who did it to her, and
you don't want to give too much away, but it's intriguing. The whole idea is intriguing, and how you put all that together in your mind is just amazing. Now, I put down it's a dark historical romance, but it's more than historical. I mean, there's
it's a dark romance, thriller, suspense, historical fiction. So it's a lot of different genres.
Okay, now tell me, this is what I'm interested in, is the historical part. What is the setting?
It's the 1800s Victorian age.
Oh, Victorian.
That's absolutely love. And when I was writing it, that's the first one, that time period that really clicked on, I have to write it in this genre, this area.
There's so many areas of kind of expertise that did you have to research a lot? You got the historical aspect, you got the scientific aspect. Did it take a lot of research?
Yes, it did. It took me actually 13 months to write the book, and because there's a lot of things that I had to rewrite because I didn't get exactly the right year for a certain word that I said. Or it was like, okay, this wasn't invented until
wasn't invented yet,
things like that. Could I go back and change a few things?
Yeah. And that's amazing. I love a researched book. And people, you read a book, and you say, oh, that's neat, that's neat. And I start thinking, how does this author know all this kind of stuff? It takes a really lot of background and research and development, I would imagine. So now you wrote the book, 13 months to write it. What happens when you finish? You had a whole nother job of getting it published?
It took a long while to edit the book because I went back and forth with my aunt that lives in California, in Lomita. She edited it for me, and we went back and forth. and I could not do it without her.
Yeah.
She's amazing. As she really helped me edit the book and the grammar and trying to.
When I was being a writer, I was in grad school writing all the time. History, I got a history master's. I learned more from the editing process when an editor tore my stuff apart. I learned more of the language. I didn't really know that. I didn't think about that. So it's a great process, the whole editing process. And it's amazing you could do it, across the country now because you have the internet. So that's very cool. Oh, by the way, before we go any further, I had the book cover up before as the show just was introduced, but here's the cover, which is also quite intriguing. It kind of pulls you in, turned into gold. Tell me about the title or what the title means, if you can, without giving away too much.
At one point, someone says the title, but with reading the whole book, then you're like, oh, okay, I really get the understanding of what the book, of the title means. Yeah. But actually, one of my best friends, she did the cover of the book because I kept on going back and forth of different book covers, and that was the only one that really was how I pictured it in my mind. Yeah. And that was the closest that I could get.
I think it's great, but I know about going back and forth because once you publish a book with the cover, that's it. That's the cover forever. So, what comes up next? You got another thing going on in your head?
Yep, I am currently writing the continuation of the book. It is a standalone, but it's also like a because I put Easter eggs inside the book for the book, but even if you don't read the second book, you still have everything you need for the first book. But what I'm working on now is the continuation, and for the first book, it's Elizabeth and Theodore, the two main characters. But in the second book, it's the two minor characters in the book. That's Finn and Jessica, and they get to have their own story.
That reminds me that I wanted to mention your Instagram, because in the Instagram there's a lot of little things, like maybe what Finn and Jessica might look like, and maybe what the other two, Theodore and Elizabeth, what they might look like. And there's all kinds of neat stuff in your Instagram, so I think it seems really dedicated to go along with the book. So I can't wait to read the book and check out those images again. But your Instagram alone was just fun. I appreciate it very much. It's on the screen for our viewers, author_. Why don't you tell us what your Instagram is, since I can't see that far?
It's author underline Suzannah.C.Grose.
Okay. And it's on the screen there for our viewers. Anyway, congratulations. That's what I want to say. I always say anybody could write a book, but very few can finish writing one and then go through the process of getting it published. So it's amazing. So congratulations on that. And again, on your next work, is it going smoother, faster, because you kind of have a process now?
It's about the same. I'm just trying to take my time right now because I'm a stay-at-home mom right now and an author, and I only have a very little short period of time where I can dedicate to writing. And I normally do that at night when all the little ones and my husband's asleep.
Everybody's finally asleep. And you get some time to yourself.
Right. And I only have maybe an hour maybe to dedicate that time. So it's coming very slowly.
But during the day, are you writing it in your head?
Yes. Yeah. And what I do is I take little naps or close everything down, phone, TV, just turn everything off. And so I can picture what's the scene that I'm trying to write in my head. So I really go into detail about every little thing, and I write everything down. So I really have to get focused in that scene.
By the way, I also looked at your Amazon page, which you can order the book there, and you can read a little bit about Suzannah there. And are there other places you can get the book as well? Barnes & Noble?
Just right now, it's just Amazon, and it's free on Kindle Unlimited.
I wanted to mention, yeah, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you get this book for free, so it's worth it. Go check it out. I haven't got into the Kindle thing. I love to hold those books and turn the pages, but I need to try it. Maybe I'll try it with yours, Suzannah. Is there anything else you want our viewers to know? We are out of time, but you're fascinating, so I could talk to you all day. What else do you want our viewers to know?
It's just it's free on Kindle and Unlimited.
Buy the book. That's what we want you to know.
But it is for mature adults.
Okay.
Anyone over the age of 18.
All right. Now, last thought is that I just want to say it's that time of year where you're going to parties and other people's homes. You got to buy gifts for people you know or you barely know. Why not go to Amazon and order 5 of these books by Suzannah and give them out? You have to go to a party. You should take a host gift. Take a book. I love to take a book. A lot of people take a bottle of wine or something to someone's house. I take books. So go to Amazon and click 5 times on Suzannah. Get the books. Give them out. And help this great author continue her work. Thank you, Suzannah.
Thank you so much.
I sure appreciate you taking the time to be on the show, and good luck with everything. I'm going to close out with the cover of the book and just say thank you, Suzannah. We'll be back with more authors right after this.